do I do? Today, we'll answer this question and finally address what that pink thing was in the trailer. Before we start, if you like the content on this channel, click on the like button and hit subscribe. So, what exactly is this video about? Well, one of the things I wanted to do when I started this channel was to tell people more about myself and the things that I do. So, I guess, first questions first. Am I neat? What do I do? Am I just going to be streaming here perpetually? The answer is no. I have a job, and I work full-time, and that explains why I have such a bad content and stream schedule. But in any case, what do I actually do? Well, I dig holes. But what does that actually mean? Well, alright, to put it in plain terms, I don't actually dig holes, I work in the mining industry. Not the crypto kind, but, the regular kind. So yeah, when I said I dig holes, that was a bit of a lie. I don't actually do the digging, but I plan it. Now, planning encapsulates a couple of things. So the first component of planning is scheduling, which typically happens at the end, but it also encapsulates designing as well. So what stuff did I design? I designed stuff like this. Yeah, I know it's pink, but yeah, I don't know. Pits just look that way. Like, I can't help it. Well, moving on from the pink thing, mining engineering and mine planning is quite a lucrative profession. Now, how did I get suckered in, and how can you get suckered in as well? So, to start things off, after I graduated from high school, I went on to study computer systems engineering and had to do a common first year along with everyone else except for anyone who wanted to study mining engineering. So, after studying hard and getting my freaking ass beat down, I got tempted with a couple of discounted barbecues and discounted beers offered by the mining department every Wednesday. I got tempted even more after sitting in a lecture with a friend of mine who I carpooled with. But even then, that wasn't everything. So what managed to seal the deal? Well, it was the super easy assignments once I learned about them. So while I was learning how to program in C and just failing and floundering really badly, my friends on the other side just had to learn how to save documents in Microsoft Word. They had to learn how to write a resume, or they had to learn about ESG. So it just didn't make sense to just do the hard work and get paid fuck all. So I swapped. So regarding my mining career, did I enjoy it? Kind of. There are a lot of ups and downs, mainly ups, but when it's down, it does take its toll on you. But to explore that, let me tell you about some of the work that I did. So after I graduated from university, I started working on site, just like a lot of other people. So when you're on site, you're typically working with people with boots on the ground, where they're with the operators, with the mining supervisors. So I started off my graduate program designing pits, doing some basic stuff, and site work was pretty fun. So I did that for about 7 years, and I got pretty good at my job. And yeah, site life was like dog life. You basically fly out of your hometown for about 8 or 9 days. You get fed for breakfast. You go out and you do your work. You come back, go to the gym, eat more food, stuff yourself, fall asleep to YouTube, rinse and repeat until your entire swing is over, and then you go home. Pretty relaxing life, pretty easy going unless you're in one of the super high stressful manual labor jobs, but usually it was pretty good. But like I said, it does take its toll on you. You get tired of things, and half the time you're kind of away, and your life at home kind of just grinds to a halt a little bit. Now, generally, this is pretty fine, especially when you're young, dumb, and single. But eventually, you just want to be at home a little bit more often and enjoy the hometown city life. And that's kind of where I got to after about 7 years. One of the big highlights from working on site was I was able to eat 4 plates of ribs, all in one sitting. So that was good. I went from like 78 kilos to like 82 kilos within the span of 2 weeks or 4 weeks. And then, I went on some meal replacement shakes on a whim, and I went from 81 kilos down to 69 within 2 to 3 months. So that was pretty freaking crazy as well. So after I had enough craziness on site, I left my job and decided to work a Monday to Friday job in the city as a mining consultant. So this move really marked a large change in my life, my lifestyle, and also my career trajectory as well. I experienced a lot of professional growth and got to learn so many things and worked on a lot of overseas projects as a mining consultant. Again, I worked my way up the ranks and became a senior at the end of my tenure at the consultancy I was at, and I made a lot of really good friends who I still hang out with today. So, aside from all the interesting work that I did, the one thing that I really enjoyed about working as a consultant in the city was that I got to be home every night instead of being away from home while still being on site. It was good to actually be at home in my own bed every day and just relaxing with my family or just by myself. And the city life atmosphere was something that I really took to quite easily. So I ended my time as a consultant to jump into the technology space. So when I saw a technical support specialist role pop up for a mining software company, I jumped on that as fast as I could and found out that the pay was actually pretty good and it paid better than my current salary at the time. So I've always wanted to work in mining technology or a software company for quite a while. Um, and, it was just the perfect opportunity at the time. So I spent a couple of years at this tech company as well, and I again worked my way up into the commercial team, which was a really eye-opening experience.
Sell. Why are you yelling? Hey, it's a warm up. I got some sales numbers to get here. Warm up. I'm all right.
And that was the first time I got to deal with sales and pre-sales, and I got to go on a lot of interesting excursions and conferences as well. And I had like really fun times at all of those, and I made a lot of great friends there too. So yeah, working in tech was a bit of a substantial pivot from what I was used to, but it was still within my wheelhouse, and it's pretty good. So what do I do now? Well, I still more or less do the same thing, but I'm working with a friend of mine who hired me as a lead consultant for his new software startup. I am being paid quite well, and this is the main reason why I don't heavily push for donations through super chats or on Twitch. In any case, that's pretty much a pretty in-depth summary of what I've done throughout my career. If you want to hear more, I've got like another video, but feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Let me know if you want to hear more about me.